challenges and difficulties, the stepping stones on our journey of growth. There are loads of idioms in this category. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, it's Sarah from the WhyKnot Academy, and today I'm diving into the world of idioms that encapsulate the spirit of facing challenges head-on. If you're new here, a warm welcome, and if you've been with me, welcome back. I believe idioms are like compasses, guiding us through the twists and turns of language. And today's focus is on those that unravel the stories of overcoming hurdles. Join me as I walk you through these 10 expressive idioms about challenges and difficulties. Ready for the adventure? All right, let's start. Have you ever felt the urge to take on a big challenge, only to realize later that it might be too much to handle? Well, that's what it means to bite off more than you can chew. Picture yourself at a buffet, grabbing a huge serving and then struggling to finish it. Similarly, this idiom, it's like taking on a task or responsibility that's way too difficult or demanding. Think of it as a friendly reminder to be mindful of our limits and not overwhelm ourselves with more than we can successfully manage. So the next time you are considering a new project or commitment, think twice and make sure you're not biting off more than you can chew. She bit off more than she could chew by accepting 2 jobs and 3 volunteer roles simultaneously. Don't bite off more than you can chew. It's essential to manage your workload wisely. Imagine you're on a journey facing challenges and obstacles. Suddenly, you encounter a brick wall. Something so solid and immovable that your progress comes to a sudden stop. That's the essence of the idiom, hit a brick wall. In everyday life, it refers to reaching a point where you face a significant obstacle or problem that seems insurmountable. It's that moment when your efforts are thwarted and you find yourself stuck or unable to proceed further. This idiom vividly captures those times when we confront difficulties that require careful consideration and perhaps a change in approach. So, if you've ever felt like progress has come to a halt, you can say you've hit a brick wall. After weeks of research, we hit a brick wall trying to find the missing information. Sometimes you hit a brick wall in your plans, but perseverance is key to overcoming it. Imagine you're in a situation where you've made a mistake or a decision with consequences. Now, it's time to confront those consequences, no matter how challenging or uncomfortable they may be. This is precisely what the idiom face the music embodies. To face the music means to bravely confront and accept the repercussion of your actions. It's a metaphorical image of standing in front of the consequences, much like a person facing a musical performance and acknowledging them head on. So when life presents the aftermath of your choices and it's time to take responsibility, you're facing the music. It's about owning up to the situation, learning from it, and moving forward with newfound wisdom. After missing the deadline, she had to face the music and explain the delay to her boss. It's time to face the music and apologize for the mistake. Remember when you're sick, you have to take medicine, and the pill, it's large, bitter, and not pleasant at all. Now, think of a challenging truth or an unpleasant fact. This is where the idiom a hard pill to swallow comes in. It refers to accepting a harsh reality or an uncomfortable truth that is difficult to absorb or come to terms with. Much like the difficulty of swallowing a large and bitter pill, facing a tough reality can be emotionally or mentally challenging. When something is a hard pill to swallow, it means the information or situation is tough to accept, often causing discomforts or distress. It's a vivid way to express the difficulty of acknowledging something that may be painful or unpleasant. Receiving criticism can be a hard pill to swallow, but it's necessary for personal growth. Admitting failure, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it opens the door to improvement. Thinking of being in a tough situation, like standing in a hot frying pan. If you manage to get out of it, that might feel like a relief. But if the next situation you find yourself in, it's even harder or scarier. It's like jumping into the fire. So out of the frying pan into the fire means going from a bad situation to an even worse one. It's like saying the solution to a problem can sometimes be as bad as or worse than the problem itself. This phrase shows how things can unexpectedly get more challenging, and it's used to describe situations where the way out turns out to be just as tough or even tougher. Leaving a stressful job and starting a business turned out to be out of the frying pan into the fire. He thought changing apartments would solve his problems, but it was like jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Let's say you're in a boat, trying to paddle down a creek, which is like a small river. Now, if you suddenly find yourself up a creek without a paddle, it means you're in a difficult situation without any easy way to get out of it. This phrase is often used to describe feeling stuck, helpless, or facing a problem without any clear solution or resources to fix it. It's a colorful way of saying you're in a bit of a tough spot. So when someone says they're up a creek without a paddle, they mean they're in a challenging situation with no obvious way to make things better. After the car broke down in the middle of nowhere, we were up a creek without a paddle. Forgetting my wallet at home left me up a creek without a paddle during the business trip. I love this idiom. It's an inspirational saying that encourages people to face challenges with determination and resilience. When situations become difficult or demanding, the truly strong and resilient individuals rise to the occasion and take action. This phrase suggests that instead of giving up or succumbing to difficulties, strong-willed people become even more determined and resourceful. It is a motivational reminder to stay strong and proactive in the face of adversity, emphasizing that tough times can be seen as an opportunity to showcase one's strength and perseverance. I believe we all need a reminder like that sometime in our life, to believe in yourself that you can do it, that you can pull through. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that's when true leaders emerge. It's a reminder that when faced with challenges, resilient individuals step up. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Grin and bear it. It's a popular idiom that means enduring a difficult or unpleasant situation with a smile or a positive attitude, despite feeling discomfort or distress. In essence, it encourages the idea of facing challenges or hardships without complaining or expressing one's true feelings openly. This phrase implies a very stoic acceptance of adversity and the ability to maintain composure and a positive demeanor, even in challenging circumstances. So when someone says, just grin and bear it, they are advising you to endure the situation with patience and a positive outlook. Although the task was tedious, she decided to grin and bear it until it was completed. Sometimes you have to grin and bear it during tough times. A positive attitude can make a difference. This is a common idiom that means facing a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage and determination. When someone encourages you to bite the bullet, they are advising you to endure something challenging, often involving pain, discomforts, or a tough decision, without complaining or hesitating. This phrase has historical origins, dating back to the practice of having soldiers bite on a bullet during surgery to endure the pain. In modern context, it's used more broadly to suggest bravely confronting and overcoming adversity, even if it involves taking a difficult step or making a tough choice. So, biting the bullet implies a sense of resilience and the willingness to face challenges head on. Facing surgery, he had to bite the bullet and go through with it for the sake of his health. Bite the bullet and have that difficult conversation. It's better to address issues head on. Finally, at number 10, jump through hoops. This idiom means going through a series of difficult or challenging tasks or requirements to achieve a goal. Imagine a circus performer jumping through hoops to entertain the audience. In everyday language, it's used to describe situations where people have to complete various tasks or meet specific demands to accomplish something. When someone says they had to jump through hoops, it means they had to tackle a sequence of obstacles or challenges to reach their objectives. She had to jump through hoops to secure the necessary permits for the event. The bureaucratic process required us to jump through hoops, but the end result was worth it. As we conclude this video on idioms about challenges, remember that challenges are simply stepping stones to growth. Each idiom I've covered today reflects a different perspectives of facing difficulties. If you found these idioms insightful, let's spread the knowledge. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay curious, keep learning, and join me for more language adventure at the WhyKnot Academy next week. And if you prefer short-form content, follow me on my IG and let's connect there. Now, I want to challenge you to see if you've heard of these uncommon idioms. Go ahead. Until next time, face your challenges with a smile and keep striving for excellence. Bye for now.